Hi, my name is Nick. About a year ago, people started uploading fake pictures of me, made a fake account about me, and just things turned from there. Every time I went to school, I was being made fun of, lost all my friends. All because of what they saw on the internet. It's almost as if the internet gives someone the power to ruin someone's life. It's almost as if one single click of a button can just change someone's life forever. After that, nothing was really the same. It's like a stain on your reputation. Pictures, video. Spend a lot of days thinking, but sometimes, just gotta run.
Cyberbullying is a serious issue in today's world. With the rise of social media, it is becoming more common for people to bully online. Today, we're going to investigate what some of our very own students at Colonel By have to say about this.
Personally, I think because it is so easy and it's everywhere, I guess, opportunities to go online and to connect with other people, there's a lot more chances for people, I guess, to quote-unquote bully each other online. Especially now with, I guess, we're in an age of social media websites and where people are constantly connected to each other through multiple different things, not even just on one platform anymore. Like back in the days of MySpace, you have all these things like Twitter and Instagram. People are still using Facebook. I'm sure there's still people on MySpace, YouTube. Basically, everything online is there to connect people with each other. So for the sheer reason that it's easy to do, I think that it does correlate with the increase of cyberbullying.
I think the social media site that influences the most bullying is probably Twitter, because whereas Instagram and stuff, where you're posting photos, Twitter, it's more you just expressing your opinions. So I think that if people have opinions that differ from others, or they have opinions about a fight that happened with their friends or something that's happening, that's where they'll post it rather than Instagram, and no one really uses Facebook anymore for that kind of stuff. So.
Of course. I mean, bullying happens pretty often, so I think I have definitely witnessed someone being the victim. I like to lie and say I was the hero, but I think I definitely just kind of stood by and let it happen. In hindsight, that definitely wasn't the right thing to do, but of course, when you're in that situation, it's never what you want it to be.
As far as time goes, I couldn't give an exact number, but what I do know is that throughout the day, I'm constantly checking, going on and off of social media. And I don't usually dedicate at a certain amount of time allotted to just that. So what I can say is that every day, throughout the whole day, I'm on and off, which I'm sure ends up being a lot of time.
In total, I probably spend about an hour on social networks every day.
I think I spend too many hours on social networks. I always have my phone on me, and I'm constantly checking it throughout the day, so way more time than should be is spent on social media for sure.
I think cyberbullying has increased with the introduction of phones into schools, because it gives people a way of hurting others without having to show their face or take responsibility for it. There were websites like Ask FM where you could anonymously ask questions about people, but people honestly they used it just to hurt others and then not have to take the blame for it. So I think within schools, it definitely has led to an increase in bullying, simply because you don't have to be there in person facing them.
I think people cyberbully just because it's a lot easier than doing it in person, because you can't see the reaction of the person you're doing it to, so you don't necessarily feel bad when you do it.
I think those who bully others, a lot of the time do so without a lot of ill intent behind it. The thing is that no matter what, when you're making fun of someone or you're talking to them in a way that's putting them down, it will inevitably put them down. with cyberbullying, one of the biggest problems is, one of the things I hear a lot is that cyberbullying shouldn't exist because you can just turn off whatever you're on and it's gone. The thing is, to be connected with everyone today, it's very hard to do so without being connected online and being on these social media platforms. So if just a few people are making fun of you on these platforms, you're still going to want to experience all your other, I guess, friends or people that you want to see and talk to online. But you're going to have this sort of glooming thing that's just constantly there telling you, putting you down, saying that you shouldn't be there, such and such. I think it is harder to run away from cyberbullying than other bullying for those reasons in general, just because there is sort of, I guess, like a need to stay connected nowadays, and it's not as easy as just turning off the computer. As far as the bully goes, I know that some places have taken initiative and started cracking down a lot more on cyberbullying, with getting, I guess, actual law enforcement involved, and if things become severe enough, people can actually get criminal charges due to these cases. So that's, I guess, a step in the right direction.
I think people cyberbully because they're insecure, and also because it's so common nowadays to see subtweeting on Twitter or things like that. So I think people also don't really fully understand what cyberbullying is, so it's just kind of become the norm.
I don't think they're always aware of it. There might be like fine lines between it. Obviously if something is just blatant, then it's cyberbullying, but you might say something that you don't necessarily mean to be mean, but the other person might find it hurtful, so not always.
Haven't really been taught anything in school about cyberbullying or how to prevent it. I think when you're younger, like in elementary school, they teach you to be nice to one another and not to push each other on the playground sort of thing, but once you get older, the things you do tend to be very self-directed, and the school doesn't seem to take as much interest anymore, so when you do face things like cyberbullying, you're kind of on your own.
I think that cyberbullying goes unpunished majority of the time because, like I mentioned before, it's kind of become normal and people don't exactly understand what cyberbullying is. So it's hard to punish someone or be punished for something that no one really understands or sees a problem with.
Nick's story wasn't real, but this doesn't mean that cyberbullying doesn't happen. This could be you, or your best friend, or your brother or sister. As you can see, cyberbullying is an issue that hits close to home for many people, especially teenagers, and increased use of devices opens up countless new mediums to spread hateful messages. If you see someone being bullied, online or anywhere, don't be a bystander and think before posting online, because you'll never be able to undo it.